Welcome to episode 507 of Salcedo Paranormal. And today I'm going to talk about my experience at the Paracon. And I will go into more details of what I'm talking about there in a moment. As always, you can find all episodes of the show along with links to social media and other ways to contact me at the podcast page. And that is salcedoparanormal.podbean.com. That's SALSIDO paranormal.podbean.com. Always happy to hear from y'all, whether you have comments or questions or topic suggestions or stories of paranormal experiences, whether they're your own or from others that you trust. Happy to either read those or have you join me on the show to talk about them. Thank you all for listening, whether you are here for the live streams on Discord or if you listen on the podcast or YouTube feeds, or on the Troubled Minds Radio Network, KUAP Digital Broadcasting. There you can hear replays of 2 episodes of the show every night at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, right before Troubled Minds Radio comes on. As always, I want to thank Michael Strange, host of Troubled Minds Radio, as well as Liam Martin, host of the Exile Minds podcast, for producing the shows and putting them up on the station as you hear them with all the music and everything. And if you'd like to support the show, there are a few different ways to do that. You can always share the show with others and rate and review it on your podcast platform of choice. You can also find some books, paranormal fiction and nonfiction that I've written over on Amazon. And I have a Patreon page. Right now, there's only 1 episode there that's up and running, but hoping to get more up there soon. And that content will always be available to everyone who signs up on any membership tier level there. And also, you can make donations to the show as of right now just through PayPal. Hopefully, eventually, I will be able to get Venmo working again as well. So, sorry for the inconvenience there, but due to my low vision and technology, not always wanting to cooperate, that's how that's working right now. And of course, help is never expected, but always appreciated, as there are expenses in making these shows. From equipment to research materials to travel expenses. I do plan on going again to next year's Mid-Michigan Paracon. I don't know. I think it'll probably be a few months before any official details are released as to the when and all that, the dates and all those things, but hopefully it'll be at the same place and around the same time so I can go again. And so we'll see how that goes. So yeah, I just wanted to make a show to talk about my experience overall. It was really, it was quite the adventure in a way, because so I was able to, my family was able to get me there and back, which is amazing. And also I want to thank everyone who has supported the show and especially supported in financially in any way, anytime you're able to, because I don't think I would have been able to go without all your help. So thank you all again. But so my family was able to take me, but because I think just the number of circumstances and interest levels and just life in general, I ended up going there or being there myself, just myself, and that's okay. It was I knew I could get around. I just didn't know how long it would take me to get around the location, because there was a weekend of firsts for me in a way. I had never been to a paranormal convention or conference before. I had also, at least in that memory anyway, never stayed in a hotel before. So that was a different experience, and so it was a lot of firsts. So this, of course, was at the in Mount Pleasant at the Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort, and so amazing place. I definitely recommend checking it out. And the Paracon as well. There was a lot there. I'll get to that in a minute, though. I just wanted to talk a little bit about sort of the sensory overload that happened when I got there, because the main entrance it leads right to the casino, and I didn't really have any interest in that. it's not really my thing. But it was amazing to see just all the people. It wasn't as crowded as I thought it was going to be. I was worried about that. I thought it was going to be just wall to wall people. But the place was built, I guess, probably with that in mind to keep that at a minimum overall, and so there was plenty of room to really walk around. I'm legally blind, as many of my regular listeners know, so I use a white cane to find obstacles and steps and all those things. And the nice thing about this location is there are ramps. At least the one area where there were steps, there was also a ramp that you could use to go up and down from the basically this hallway. They had it was kind of a combination hallway and coffee shop area between the casino main area and then the sort of the convention center that they had there off to one side. And even that was sort of situated in between things. Like that wasn't even the end. I don't even know how far the casino or how far the building went beyond that that convention center. I didn't even explore that far. I might try that next year. And so yeah, it was really amazing. But so I got there and I really just spent the first couple hours wandering around, finding sort of important things like the restrooms and talked to the people that were there at the table taking all the tickets and everything, and figured out what rooms I could go in and what I couldn't and everything. There was they had the convention you paid for in advance, but there was also other events that you could sign up for, and so I guess you had to do those either separate before or looked like you could do it there, but I didn't really plan on doing any other of the paid events while I was there. So I just wanted to check it out for the first time. And so I did, and I went to some of the presentations on that first day, a few of them. And then I went to a few on the second day. But in between that, of course, was my stay at a hotel for a first time for me. And but yeah, the convention was amazing. Just they had three rooms full of vendors and people that had their own products and everything, and I don't even know all of what was in there. Just a lot of tables, a lot of things that were there. Of course, being legally blind, I have no idea what was on all the tables. But there was a lot there. So I'm sure anyone that wanted to go to that event next year, you'd find a lot there to look around at and maybe buy. I did end up getting on the second day there. I did end up getting sort of a souvenir, a amethyst crystal that had been shaped into a cat, which is pretty neat. I like that. Cats are the big. They seem to be part of my life in various ways, both in the paranormal and just in general. So, but so that first night, I was worn out by the time I made it to my hotel, which the hotel I stayed at was not in the main casino building. Just because of prices and finances and everything, I ended up staying at the water park hotel, which was I think around 15 minutes drive from the main casino hotel there. That they have an entire a bus system, a shuttle system that goes between like 7 different locations there. I didn't even get to look and see what the other locations were. I might look into that for next year and see if there's just what else is there, just out of curiosity. Now that I know I can get around using that system, and but anyway, so I found out about the bus system and how it worked, and it was really easy. It was nice, not hard at all to get onto or get off of, and so I got a ride through this shuttle system from the casino to the casino and resort, the main building there, to the water park hotel. And so I got there and I got checked in and everything, and it was the weird part wasn't really being alone. Actually, it was kind of nice after being sort of in the middle of so many people for so much of the day. I normally don't do that much. because of my eyes being sensitive to light and my ears being fairly sensitive to sound, um, I don't. I go out for an hour or two a day if I go out at all, and to do whatever I have to do, like do errands or whatever I have to do, or to go out with family. I will do that, and I would do that with friends as well if I had any in the immediate area. But I don't really just like to go out just to go out. It's just I prefer my own space at home where I have everything kind of I know where things are at and all of that. Um, so in this show, you're going to get sort of a look into uh, me as a person as well. So hopefully that's not too boring for everyone. But it's sort of important to how I kind of viewed the whole experience and everything. So so yeah, I got in the hotel room and and checked that out, and it was nice. It was I had no problem with it, and I got in there and I actually took a hour and a half, almost 2 hour nap before. I think it was about an hour and a half before I actually went out to this other restaurant that was in that building and got something for dinner, and went and ate there, and then I came back, and then I was out from I don't know 9 o'clock, 9:30 at night until almost 6 the next morning, and that was with the whole daylight savings time thing. So I actually got an extra hour of sleep that night, and I apparently I took it. But also that's why I was up so early the next morning too, because what would have been 7, I guess it was, or I don't know how that works. I forget how that works, but either way, I was up early, and that's when I learned something else about that. Locations like that. Um, the hotels obviously are open no matter what, but the restaurants they don't open until like 8. So I was up and already out of my room by like 7:15, 7:20, and I ended up just sitting in the front sitting area, waiting area when I got out of there until the buses started also at 8 o'clock. So I learned that for next year. Might as well just stay in the hotel room until right around 8. So now I know. Um, Also, a quick note on a couple of the waiting areas or seat like sort of I don't know what you call them, just areas where people can sit down like lobbies or whatever. It's a couple of different. They had a couple of different ones in this water park hotel there, and I recognized a couple of them from Dreams. A couple of really the first the main entrance there. I recognized that room, and then also the sort of this the secondary uh, room that they had for that they had chairs and everything and tables. I recognize that from different dreams that I've had before. So this is another one of those places, this water park hotel, that I recognize from dreams, and I feel like also the casino entrance I recognize from dreams as well. That right when you get in the front doors. So I think I've been there. I think I've been to that location in my dreams before, and didn't realize it, of course, because I didn't know where I was in my dreams before. Um, and this was I'm pretty sure this was many, many years ago, so I wouldn't have had any idea of what was going on there, um, until I went there in person and realized, oh, I know this feeling. I've had this feeling before, so that was kind of neat in a way. But so yeah, so that Sunday morning, I got up and I made it to the back to the main casino building there, and before 9, I actually went there and was sort of wandering around, and I was able to go to the first few presentations and first couple, 2 or 3, I forget now how many I went to. Um, there was a lot of presentations there. They had them about each one was about 45 minutes, and next year I'll be able to go to hopefully more now that I know that the layout of the building more, and I don't have to worry about sort of establishing what's what and where everything is at again. So I think really this year was more of a sort of a just more of a learning experience and figuring out how things are arranged and all those different things, and seeing how things work and seeing how a Paracon can work in general. Just seeing how that goes. So looking forward to next year for sure. Just checking that out. And so yeah, it was really neat. I definitely want to go again. I don't know if I don't think I'll ever want to be on sort of the rotation of different conferences. I don't think I'll ever want to go to like all of the major conferences, or be going to them constantly. That's just because when I got home on Sunday, I was so worn out. It took me a few days, and I was only gone for about a day and a half total. And but by the time I got home, and I was worn out for a few days after I got back home. So it was fun, but it also did really wear me out. And I think there is something to going on with, I think, places that have a lot of people in them at all times that are uh doing things that maybe they normally don't get to do, or even if they're, I don't know. There was a lot of energy in that casino, and the even just in the convention center, really mainly in the casino. I went to one of the restaurants there. I tried to go for dinner for that first night there, on the night there, but it was they had a little bit of waiting list going, so I decided not to. We just went straight from there to the hotel that I was staying in, and then had dinner at that restaurant. But I was able to go to this restaurant the next morning, and the restaurants that were there, they didn't quite have that same level of energy. I think it's because it wasn't the main casino floor, but the places where there were people that were actively at the machines or whatever. That's the only areas I saw, was like I believe they were like the video slots or video poker. I'm not sure what exactly they all were. They were all just really bright and full of lights and everything. So I didn't really get too close to any of that. But yeah. So I'm just trying to think of what else was going on while I was there. There were a lot of presentations. I would definitely recommend anyone who is interested in such an event go check it out. Because again, like I said, they had presentations all day. Um, from like 9 in the morning on Saturday until 5, I think 5 or 6 on that day, and the same thing basically for Sunday. And so, um, at first I was sort of thinking that I need to go to one of these and be there from start to finish. But then I was thinking that's going to I don't know if I'm ready for that just yet. That's a lot of time being there. I almost feel like I would have to go there on the night before and then stay until the night like the morning after, in order to be able to go there and listen to all the presentations. Um, just because of how many there were. So, so I think the main thing is that I went, and I didn't really. I saw a lot of people coming and going, so I don't feel so bad that that's what I did. And obviously, um, I wanted to go whenever was best for my family to be able to take me whenever they could do that, because they were the ones taking me and then picking me up. So, but I was thinking about that as I was there, and I just thought that would be just the money it would cost to stay in the hotel 3 nights instead of one, and then um, all the expenses, all the food and everything over that couple of days. That would be a lot. So I'm happy. I'm happy with the time I was able to go, and next year I'll be able to sort of use it better, I think. So that's a good thing to know. Assuming that hopefully they have it at the same place, and hopefully it's like a weekend thing again. Um, I think that's the best. I mean, as far as for me, I think that's probably that's how I'd like it to stay, because um, just arranging rides there on like a Friday or a Monday, um, I think that'd be a little bit trickier. But yeah, so when the casino was huge, I didn't even get to explore all of it. And again, like I said, they had like 7 buildings there, 7 places there on the shuttle tour. Um, and I'm just trying to think of what else is going on. So yeah, I had those couple of experiences where I'd recognized the tables and chairs and sort of the seating arrangements in that water park hotel as you went from the main entrance to where the rooms started to be at, and so that was really neat. A lot of kids. That was, I think, most of the people that were staying in that water park hotel were there with kids. I believe, at least that's what it seemed like anyway, and that's fine. Like I said, it was a lot cheaper to stay there than it was at the main casino building there. So, um, but yeah, so it was really, with my ears, I could hear all the people going up and down the hallway and really easily. I was glad that they had TV in the room. I was able to turn on TV, and I don't need it really loud to be able to hear it. So I just had it on. Funny enough, I had it on the Travel Channel. They had some kind of a show about UFO history that I half listened to while I was laying in bed with my eyes covered that most of the time. So, but I was glad I was glad they had that there. They had TV you could use without paying any extra. So I could just listen to stuff and focus on that instead of the sounds from outside and everything. And but so yeah, that was basically it. A lot of neat, excuse me, a lot of neat. Um, like I said, 3 rooms full of stalls or tables that had all different kinds of things for sale, and I think I even heard people doing different kinds of different readings. I'm not sure what different kinds, but I just caught bits and pieces and saw people sitting across from people, and so I'm guessing there was um, some kind of a divination maybe going on there, or reading, psychic reading. I'm not sure, um, but those rooms are so busy. I didn't really want to stay in them for too long. So otherwise, I may have checked one of those things out. But the crystal I got was pretty neat. Like I said, it was I was thinking of I was getting to look around. I was looking around and maybe they had it, but I just didn't see it. Entirely possible. I was going to get like a T-shirt based on the from the Paracon if they had one. If they had an actual T-shirt that promoted the event. I didn't see any of those there. So I just sort of decided, well, I want to get something, and I found this table, and I asked the person there about crystals, because I do believe crystals have abilities, and I've said this before. I have 2 different kinds of quartz crystals that I keep by my bed because they apparently help keep negative forces away when I'm sleeping. I've told that story before, and so I just started talking with these 2 people that were at this table, and I was asking about crystals, and they happened to have some there, and they we just started talking, and eventually the conversation led to they had this cat shaped crystal. It was an amethyst, and I got that, and so it's really neat just to have, and I've tried it a couple of times, and I've had some really vivid dreams with it, even though I don't remember a lot of details now, but I do feel like maybe that was partly responsible for that, and I'm okay with that. They weren't really bad dreams, which I didn't think they would be, because I still have those other 2 crystals there by me. So, but yeah, so that's basically all I have to talk about there. I am going to look into getting a few of the presenters that I like, that I've looked into. I'm going to look into getting a few of them on the show if possible, and it's going to take some time. So nothing that's immediate, but hopefully we'll be doing that at some point on the show as well. So that's all for now. Thank you all for listening. I will be back starting on, basically, as I'm recording this, starting tonight with new episodes of the show. So thank you all for listening, and I will talk to you all in the next episode of Salcedo Paranormal. Take care.